Hello, fellow fans of the bass. Welcome back to Phil Plays Bass, the stream where we talk bass, practice together the bass, share cool ideas about the bass, videos about the bass, tips about the bass, maybe some life advice, bass related, and have a great time all together. I'm not here to teach, I'm just here to sort of practice with you guys. Ideally, you guys have got your basses on your laps as well, and we can have a grand old time just sharing ideas and just interjecting. It's meant to be a big melting pot of ideas, and in the background I will be here trying to stick to my my practice program, at least to a certain extent. Zahar, first in line today. Welcome back, dude. I hope you're well. You've just received some nickels apparently. I haven't really set up anything to do anything with them, like send cool emojis or whatever, but it's coming next. It's coming next. And hopefully today is day -1 until my internet connection is fully upgraded and I'm able to stream in super 4K extra quality without any buffering. In the meantime, guys, thanks for sticking with me. I really appreciate it. Michael is here as well. Hello guys, nice to see you again. Before we get started, gents, if you want to give this stream a like, it does help with the algorithm, especially as there's a few of us and everybody gives this a like, then that means the quality is concentrated, it's dense, full of tips and tricks. Unfortunately today I've spent the whole day just working on this programming freelance job that I have. So I haven't really prepped anything, so I was just going to sort of freewheel my way through about half an hour, 45 minutes. I'd love to get back to doing 2-hour-long streams, but until I manage to push this project out of the way, this is going to be a bit harder. So I might not be streaming tomorrow, but I'll figure that out depending on my progress tomorrow. So in the meantime, gents, why don't we just strip... You found such a hard song to learn. Zahar, is it the one you posted on the Discord channel? Probably turn the amp on. Was it that one? Oh, it's a Russian song. Straight in. I love it. Okay, let's check it out. Let's see what that's about. Original is played with pick, but I learn with fingers. Okay, dude, let's have a listen. I'm super curious now. What does the title mean? And how on earth do I pronounce that? I wish I could read Cyrillic, but still can't. Okay, so Spotify is probably not playing. Spotify, here we go. Let's check it out. Spotify, please. Is it the right song? Am I playing the right song? Am I super quiet? Yeah, maybe my volume. It's like the Russian Ace of Spades, a little bit. Horny obelisk. Horny obelisk. I haven't done any playing at all today, so I'm gonna crack on with a bit of warming up, guys. In the meantime, ch, is it ch? Am I supposed to say ch or ch? Ah, okay. Ch, like chair. Ch. Where was it? Ch, 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 ch. Chorny. I really don't know how to pronounce that. It's a shot in the dark, and I'm being corrected, thankfully. Chorny obelisk. So is it the right song? I'm not. Is he playing all these notes? Like, dude, that's pretty that is pretty intense. It's other guy. Other guy? Oh yeah, that looks different. Black obelisk. Dude, yeah, that sounds like a crazy hard, like rhythmically. The challenge is the speed, isn't it? There's also a bass solo. Oh my god. Okay, let me do just a quick warm up before we go absolutely mental. Because I haven't done the thing I said I was at least going to stick to today, which is that horribly painful, boring. Oh, this is not flowing. This is not flowing nicely at all today. My hands feel really, really stiff. You already got it at 180 BPM. Gee, dude, that's pretty mental. Michael says, a couple of weeks ago you were talking about Justin Rains, so I watched the videos over the weekend and thought that's the tone I've wanted, so he demos his MTD Saratoga in a video, and I've been working on tone. Oh, man, yeah, Justin Rains, all of Derek Bennett, all of these guys, they've really got it down to a T in terms of sound and technique and fluidity. Yeah, there'll be a time where I'll be diving deep into these guys as well. Love the kind of gospel vibe that they bring to all of the pop world. Justin Rains plays for Neo, if you guys didn't know, and he's an incredibly solid bass player, super creative, and he seems like a really nice guy as well. Seems really chilled, seems really patient, and just, I don't know, just a really nice dude. Alright, now time to run through this exercise all the way up to fret 9 and name the notes on the way up as sharps and on the way down as flats. So, let's go. D sharp, A, F, B, A, F, B, G, F, B, G, C sharp, B, G, C sharp, A, G, C sharp, A, D sharp, C sharp, A, Now, the flats on the way down. B, E flat, A, D flat, E flat, A, D flat, G, A, D flat, G, B, D flat, G, B, F, G, B, F, A, E flat. That sounds a lot faster than it did yesterday. Pretty happy with that. Okay, same thing with the other string. A sharp, A, C, B, A, C, B, D, C, B, D, C sharp, B, D, C sharp, E, D, C sharp, E, D sharp, C sharp, E, D sharp, F sharp, F sharp, D sharp. No, that's flats. Sorry, flats on the way down, flats on the way down, flats on the way down. So G flat, E flat, E, D flat, E flat, E, D flat, D, E, D flat, D, B, D flat, D, B, C, D, B, C, A. B, C, A, B flat. I know these notes, it's just in a linear way like this. It really turns my brain upside down. So, yeah. Indeed is here as well. Awesome. Thanks for joining, man. Indeed says, rather be playing bass, but workday calls. Popping in for just a brief moment for support. Much appreciated, indeed. Thanks very much. Thanks very much. Nice to see you, dude. I've got to switch to a four string to name notes. I thought you were used to 5. Yeah, we'll add some strings once we've mastered this beast. Alright, okay, last string, and then we can move on to some differently interesting things. Alright, let's go. Also, I've realized something about this exercise. I should be doing it twice. 1 fret here, starting on the 1st fret and starting on the 2nd fret, because I'm skipping some notes. So if we want to cover all our bases, we'd have to start it here or start it here, because they don't overlap 100%, unfortunately. So that's twice as much work that needs to be done every single time, but I'll do it off camera. F, A, G, B, A, G, B, A, G, B, A, C sharp, A, B, A, C sharp, B, A, C sharp, B, D sharp, C sharp, B, D sharp, C sharp. Okay, C sharp, D sharp. No, it's flats. Flats on the way down. Flats on the way down. Okay, so this is it's D flat. It is D flat. D flat, E flat, B, D flat, D flat. No, E flat, B, D flat, A, B, D flat, A, B, D flat, A, B, G, A, B, G, A, B, G, A, F. But like I said, I should be doing the same exercise as well, starting from the 2nd fret, because the notes are completely different. Just for demonstration purposes, I'll just run through the same thing on this one. So bear with me, this is going to be a lot slower. So F sharp, A sharp, G sharp, C, A sharp, G sharp, C, A sharp, G sharp, C, A sharp, D, C, A sharp, D, C, A sharp, D, C. Come on, come on. E, D, C, E, D. So D, E, C, D, D, E, C, D, D, E, C, D, D, L, C, D, B flat, C, D, B flat, C. Oh, this is so much slower. D, B flat, C, A flat, B flat, C, A flat, B flat, C, A flat, B flat, G flat, A flat, B flat, G flat, A flat. Well, that's pretty much the end, I suppose. But yeah, so essentially 2 different hand positions to cover all your basses. Jeffrey's here as well. Thank you very much, guys. It's the OG band that is here. Only bass players, some guitar players. Well, hybrids. Looking at you, Michael. How you doing, Jeffrey? I hope you're well. All right. What else were we doing yesterday? I don't really feel warmed up at all, and I haven't done anything for my right hand either. I was watching this Scott's bass lesson video where he talks about some of Hadrian's technique, and it's obviously super far advanced type stuff, and it's all about raking and using your basically this kind of stuff, getting 2 notes. He calls it economy picking, sort of borrowing terms from guitar playing, and I thought it was really interesting. But again, what use do I have for a technique that allows me to play super fast if I don't know what I'm doing? So I should probably stick to just foundational exercises for a little while, but it's kind of hard not to be super excited at learning like a different technique, especially since I spent quite a long time in my practice hours really focusing as much as possible on always alternating fingers. Always. You'll hardly ever see me raking. I hardly ever rake the strings, because in my mind it was always messy, or would sound really messy. But I'm starting to open up to the idea that maybe I should reintroduce a little bit of raking in my playing, just to open up more doors. More doors. One does not simply walk into more doors. Well, watch me as I fail at both, possibly eventually alternating fingers and then raking. Oh yeah, well, that's a good opportunity to talk about the fact that today is Monday. Monday being the first day of the week. Monday is the day for the Ionian mode, the very first mode of the major scale, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 being the same as 1. We only think about the first 7, really. You shall not pass your Hadrian Faraud speed exam. The Ionian mode, first mode of the scale, what we commonly know as the major scale, the foundation to pretty much all modern pop music. Like 99.9% of it is major scale type stuff. And if you want to form a chord based on the Ionian mode, you play, instead of playing, you skip, you play every other note. 1, 3, 5, 7. Sorry, my arm is bent a little bit backwards. I played here. And what do we get? We get 1, 3, 5, 7. We get a major 7th chord. Since no notes are altered, we get 1, a natural 2nd, also known as a 9, We get a major third, natural fourth, natural fifth, major sixth, major seventh, and back to the 1. And obviously when you practice these scales, it's always a good thing to do what they call broken exercises, playing thirds. And on the way down, play fourths. That kind of stuff. And then fifths. Obviously on the way down as well. It's just I haven't practiced it in a while, so I'll skip that. Play sixth as well, etc., etc. They call them broken scales or broken arpeggios. Don't forget your arpeggios either. Why not? I usually play all the scales but start on the daily scale. Yeah, the daily scale. Why didn't I think of that? The daily scale. Our daily scale sounds like a church service, nearly. Lord, bestow upon us our daily scale. So let's have a listen to that bass solo, Zachar, that you suggested earlier. I'm very curious. Do you know at what time the solo starts?
Респект парням на сцене, что они поддерживают этот огонь, и он до сих пор горит. Есть предложение. Давайте реализуем этот поэтический образ. Вы понимаете, что такое стена смерти?
Dude, he's nearly as talkative as me, gee.
Стена смерти. Для нас просто привычное дело. Я понимаю, немного лезу со своим уставом в чужой монастырь, но очень хочется это сделать. Вот парни, которые там в этом круге, наверное, понимают, кто у нас разруливает движуху. Надо разойти.
Mike, I take it you're not a fan of metal.
Пошире, 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 и потом на припев, естественно, мы ломанемся. Вы ломанете друг на друга. Давайте еще шире, чтобы прочувствовать и воздать должное. Как нам
Yeah, maybe there's no solo on this particular version. Right, you sent the thing on Discord. That's right. Sorry. Discord. Okay, so some guy is doing a bass cover of that. I'm gonna send it to YouTube and put it on the web. Oh, seriously, my internet connection? Guys, like, you see what I'm dealing with? Jeez. 21st century in Belgium. And I might as well just be watching. can't be the temperature, right? Although my Mac is pretty warm, but that's just the internet speed. All right, dude. Okay, where's the bass solo? Zahar, I need your help. After second minute, sorry, I hadn't seen that. After the second minute, let's have a look. Oh, look, he's playing a. Is it a dingwall, or is it just the camera angle that makes it seem like he's playing a dingwall? They've got these slanted frets that make it easier for sort of hand position. You guys are familiar with these, surely. $144p quality. Oh, I can't wait for tomorrow, guys. Oh my god, what is going on? It's just some custom bass. It's not a dingwalls. Okay. The old three-finger technique, dude. So cool, so cool. I never managed to get that down. It's like literally starting from day one again. Pretty hard. Michael says, by getting punched in the face, I just meant as a reference to mosh pits. Fair enough. I mean, there is music that makes me want to get punched in the face. As in, I'd rather get punched in the face than listening to it. Manchild is one of them. Sabrina Carpenter. It's not that I dislike the song. It's just, it's so middle of the road. There's no interesting things about it. It's a really bland, formulaic pop song. Yeah, okay. Is the video loading now? Yes. Sorry, let me play that again because the internet was so bad. I want to hear it again. What? That's the only appearance that she's making? I'm assuming it's a she, but you never know these days. Damn, dude, that's pretty. Yeah, that is pretty fast. That is very fast indeed. Very, very fast. Oh, okay, it's a different. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to get into other people's private lives. Good for them. So bass duo. Is she some sort of YouTube? She's got to have her own channel, right? She's just doing a little feature. That's pretty cool, dude. I like that. I also like the sort of 90s VHS effects that he's got on the video. That's pretty neat. But Zahar, dude, I'd love to see your progress on that solo, because that's. Yeah, that is definitely three fingers, isn't it? Zahar, you said. It's definitely three fingers. At least at the beginning. To get that amount of speed. Especially on the way up. Because on the way down, like I said, on the way down you can always sort of rake. And combine some raking with some clever scales to play twice as fast. But, damn, dude. Seems to me like that guy's got that technique wrong. That technique down. Sorry, he's got that technique down. Very cool. I'd love to, yeah, watch a bit more of his videos and see what kind of bass that is. I've never ever tried any of these any of these basses with the slanted frets. Have you guys? Obviously Dingwall is famous for that. I think they were the first ones to produce a commercial model that was actually successful. I don't really know if there was anything before that. Mike Brooks from Brooksy's Bass Corner would 100% know that. You just learned the fill in the beginning, dude. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty fast. I wouldn't, like, personally, that's not really something that I'm interested in at the moment. Yeah, I'm just giving you my honest opinion. It's very, very cool. Good for him. I don't, personally for myself, I don't really see why I would learn that. Unless I really wanted to get good at that 3-finger technique. But at the moment, that's not really something I'm into. But I still like the music, and the it's always nice to watch like good technique, or like an impressive bit of technique of technical. Sorry, it's always nice to watch other people accomplish feats of technical difficulty. Gives you a little bit of hope every time. It's like, damn, yeah, it's worth it. Still hard. Yeah, dude. Godspeed, man, and post your progress on the Discord. With close-ups on your right hand as well, if you can. I'd be interested to see how you cope with that. I was never really able to. I didn't really dedicate any time whatsoever learning that technique. I think the closest I ever got was the sort of thumb technique that some people use. This kind of stuff. I still can't do it, but fan fret. It's called a fan fret. Thank you, Mike. Fan fret, not slanted. Slanted would be completely different. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Tried a fan fret for a month and returned it, Ibanez, because I thought it was affecting my muscle memory for playing chords above fret 12 when I switched to standard frets. Interesting. So it does require some adaptation when you start playing this kind of instrument. I thought it would just make it less difficult. Well, yeah, I suppose I've just answered my own question there. If it makes it less difficult, then switching to an quote-unquote normal instrument would require you to readjust to that level of difficulty, I guess. Huh. I don't know if I'm looking forward to trying one then. I'd rather stick to just regular straight frets. What can I say? I'm just a vanilla guy. I like everything sort of middle of the road, you know. Jazz bass. I even changed the scratch plate on this. This used to be white. Yeah, I think it came with a white scratch plate, but just didn't look vintage enough for me. So, yeah. Zahar hitting us with unfiltered opinions. I hate fan frets. It's what my father usually called pornography. What my father usually calls pornography. Can I do it with a Russian accent? I hate fan frets. It's what my father usually called pornography. Is it offensive? Is my Russian accent offensive? I love Russian accents. Come on, man. They're hilarious. Like French accents, like mine. If I exaggerate my accent, everything starts sounding unbelievably silly and altogether meaningless. What's the point of it all, really? I ask you. I'm not a comedian. I'm a bass player, guys. Sorry about that. 14-year-old me would kill for that bass color and pickguard. His or mine? I have great Russian accent. Michael says that accent is perfect. Look at that. Code switching? Guys, I'm so much more than just a bass player here. Mental. Okay, let's do a little bit more playing, guys. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me play bebop, but I do have to stick to my little practice routine, especially since I'm doing again a little bit of a shorter stream these last couple of weeks. Apologies. I will go back to doing much longer form stuff because it's just more fun and more people switched on. I think after the first hour and a half or something like that. So it'd be nice. Obi says, "Hey man, I just picked up the bass a week ago and honestly I'm kind of lost on how to start learning it. Any tips?" 100%, dude. If I can ask you some more questions, like why did you pick up the bass, and what is the tune or a couple of songs that you absolutely love that you really want to play, that you really want to be able to play? And it'll give me more of an idea of like what you enjoy doing that you really want to be able to play. And it'll give me more of an idea of like what you enjoy doing. But altogether, Mike, Zahar, Jeffrey, indeed, if he might have gone already, but the sort of most basic exercises, dude, you can find them at Phil Plays Bass on Patreon, and there should be a bunch of free PDFs for that kind of stuff. But sticking to very simple exercises, dude, to start with, you know, just making sure you've got your plucking down, switching from one string to the other. Training your muting as well. But once you tell me what you like to learn, then we can expand upon that. Alright, let's do a bit of bebop in the meantime. I'm waiting for that response, Obi. So, I was playing a tune called Now's the Time by Charlie Parker. I'm not sure if Amazing Slowdown will. Nope, gotta restart capture. There she is. My favorite transcribing software, my friend of 15 years, Amazing Slowdowner. Sadly not free, but probably definitely one of the most useful purchases I've ever made in terms of software. Indeed, it's still here. Work blah. Obi, tune it first. Yeah, that would be a pretty good starting point. Tune it first. Thank you, Jeffrey. My main reason for picking up the bass is because I'd like to perform alongside my mates. Cool, dude. Very worthy goals there. So, I'll just run you through a bunch of exercises. They're not the most captivating exercises, but essentially, what I try to do on this stream is to demystify the steps between being a complete amateur and being, a lot more comfortable with your instrument by breaking it down and by practicing even just 5-10 minutes every day, or as often as you can. Pick up your bass, have it literally right next to you when you come home or whatever. This will be like the biggest hack ever, is when you've got some time off and you're in front of the computer or chilling, whatever, always have your bass at hand near you. Plug it in and then start tickling. Obi says, and I felt like the bass is like a support instrument. 100%, dude. It is what most people would consider the bass to be, is a support instrument. But then when you get to a certain level, you realize it's actually the most fun instrument to play in a band. And every single guitar player I know, every single keyboard player and drummer, they always eventually end up picking up the bass because it's really a lot of fun. You've got a lot more when you play, especially when you play covers. You've got a lot more freedom than you'd think. People will pay attention to a guitar line. If you play Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones and the guitar doesn't quite sound like the thing, blah blah blah, people will be like, no, he's not doing it right. Where the bass, if you can sort of capture the groove and the basic gist of the tune, you can kind of just play all sorts of fills to a certain extent, right? Don't go absolutely mental all the time, but it is the instrument that gives you the most amount of freedom. Just as a quick example, I mean, the guys hear me play this tune all the time, right? But great example is Do I Do, Stevie Wonder. Sorry guys, I have to use this tune again, okay? Sue Me. It's one of my favorite songs.
When I see you on the street, my whole body gets weak. When you stand in the corner, your love talks to me so loud. Girl, do I do what you do when I lose my love to you? When I hear
You know what I mean?
you on the phone, your speech sexy.
You could just play whatever, and as long as you're still kind of in the groove, playing roughly the right notes, people will just be like, yeah, dude, that's rocking. As in the guitar player or the keyboard player, if they start having loads of fun, people will be like, no, that dude doesn't give a crap about the song, just wants to show off. We can show off, and people will be like, yeah, that's awesome. It's the best instrument, dude. You can show off all the time if you want, and most people will give you a pass. So, excellent choice there, dude, in picking up the bass. Well done. Well done. Mike says, yes, bass is like getting to play lead guitar all the time. Very true. Zachar says, Les Claypool said once, I don't know, bass have special vibrations that make my spermatozoids move. He's not Russian, so I can't do a Russian accent on that one, but spermatozoid. Do I do is what introduced me to the virtuosity that is Philippe. Oh, like, you can't just, I mean, I'll never refuse a compliment. Thank you very much. But not that virtuosic. I think that's an adjective that works as well. But Obi, in terms of simple exercises that will produce results, if you do a little bit of them every single day before you play any of the fun songs you want to learn, do this, right? Fret number 9 of your neck, index finger. And I know it will feel really, really difficult at first, but basically using one finger per fret and never forgetting to alternate your fingers. You rest your thumb nicely on your pickup. Your thumb doesn't move, at least at first, and then alternating between your fingers and switching strings. But obviously do that very slowly and push yourself to do it more fluidly every single time. Every time you pick up the bass, try and strive towards this kind of stuff. And then on the way down, it seems to me like the most simple exercise, but I do know that it's not easy at all. It's really not easy. I remember when I was teaching face to face, a lot of people would say to me, yeah, but Phil, it's easy for you because your fingers are all the same length. You know, my pinky finger looks like it's the same length as all the other ones in a way, but it doesn't look like that at first. It's quite a strange thing, and it's nice to being able to remember how difficult it is at first. So a few things to pay attention to. Your thumb. Your thumb should always be roughly at a third of the way between your index finger and your pinky finger, as much as possible. Your thumb should never be up here, and ideally should never be like that. It should be pointing towards the ceiling and offering support for your whole splayed out fingers, basically. Splayed out, I think that's correct. Phil, I enjoy your Russian humor. I didn't know I had some. I think my main problem, says OB, is getting the rhythm down. For sure, but technique, having a slightly more solid foundation in terms of technique will allow you to do that. Because if you have a better command over your fingers, you won't be struggling with rhythm at all. So I think the most productive thing you can do is 5 minutes a day. Try to do this, and if you can't do it on the E string as it on this string, try to alternate between these two strings here. They're a little bit closer, a little bit easier to reach, or even just the first one. Just do this. There's a bunch of variations that you can do on all these exercises, but to start with, even just do that for 2 minutes straight. I swear to God, put down a timer and just do this. And do that for 2 minutes straight. Super, super short workout, and you should see some results like within the week. Honestly, within the week you will start seeing some results, and then once you start seeing results, you get a bit more motivated to try some slightly more challenging exercises, maybe covering the whole neck, going down a fret. Obviously I'm doing it fast so I can show you, and then eventually doing it all the way down here, and introducing different kinds of exercise, all sorts of string permutations, switching between the first string, the second and the fourth, doing a bit of string skipping, but start with the basics and see how you feel about them. If you can't do that, then that means that a lot of your problems probably stem from your muscles are just not don't have yet enough endurance for you to maintain consistency with your rhythm. If you strengthen these hands, by the way, they're all type 1 muscle fibers, so they basically only respond to that kind of exercise. Endurance is what will train these muscles. They're very, very tiny, and they don't respond to like actual gym type workouts. To train these muscles and make your fingers stronger, you have to practice endurance. You have to get to that level where you feel a bit of a burn in your forearms, right hand and left hand, then push through the pain for about 5-10 seconds, then take a break, and then do it again, get to that level of burn, take a break, do it again. Zahar says, just play one note on 1 and ghost notes on 2, 3 and 4, then play note on 2 and ghost notes on the 3 and 4, then play the real notes on 3 and... Okay, yeah, so permutations. So Zahar, something like this, just pick a random note, right? So and then and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah, that's an interesting exercise as well, dude. No, I'm doing it wrong. Yes, and then no. Pick a lane. Kinda. You're giving me all 3 answers there. It's wrong. It's right. Kind of. Yeah. No, dude, no problem. My pleasure. I stream every day, and this is like I love these kinds of questions, dude. Check out the PDFs that I should have available on Phil Plays Bass. I think they're for free. If they're not free, follow the Discord link at the bottom. Say hi in the chat, and I'll send you the PDFs to these exercises. They're super, super simple, but if you do them right, literally 5 minutes every day, it will, yeah, you'll climb that mountain in absolutely no time, dude. No problem at all. At the moment, I'm working on what I think to be the most advanced version of this exercise that I've ever found, which is this thing. like I said, I'm working on it. But yeah, it's pretty challenging. But some of these guys will be my witnesses. I wasn't really able to play that at all. Oh no, I forgot to do the other one, guys. I'm forgetting to do the super painful one. Or did you guys do that on purpose? You guys don't want to do it either, don't you? I don't want to do it either, but poof, really, really strengthens. It gets me to that burn level, just practically immediately, dude. Right, so 2 fingers on the neck. Doesn't really matter where. Just a pair of fingers on the fretboard. I'm putting them here. Pause the video and get to that position yourself. And then I'm going to play the strings that I'm not playing with the other 2 fingers. Lars is in the house. Oh boy. Obviously, the slower you do it, the more painful it is. Hence, the more finger gains you will get. Finger gains. And then switch fingers. You guys remember what it took at the beginning for me to do this exercise? I had to practically physically move my pinky finger from one fret to the other, from one string to the other, in order to tell my muscles what I wanted them to do, because I could not get my pinky finger to move properly at first. And we've been doing this for 2 weeks now, and I mean, it's not easy, but I can actually do it and talk at the same time. So it doesn't, well, nearly. And then you can do all sorts of string permutations and change the static fingers, change which string they're fretting. And they all have their own version of difficulty. So a crazy complex exercise, and I really want to put out another PDF with an actual sequence that will take you through like a full workout with this exercise. And then I'll have to sort of in a year's time, I'll have to sort of stay accountable and tell you guys whether or not I've been able to maintain those sort of gains, or those dexterity. That progress I've made in dexterity, hopefully it stays and it doesn't just vanish if I don't practice it for a week. But that'll be a question for future Phil. And future you guys. You guys will have to remind me that I said that. It's not your job. Don't do it. It's not your job. It's mine. Mike says, that's a tricky exercise even for an intermediate bassist, because you have to cycle which plucking finger to start with, because you're playing 4 notes per string. I suppose you're referring to the other ones that I was playing earlier, Mike. Sorry, I was a bit late on reading the comments. Zahar says, so you play real note on one and ghost others. Oh yeah, that's the previous thing. So you play real note on one and ghost others, then real note on 2 and ghost note on other ones. I see. Okay, so yeah, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Right? And now I realize I'm wrong about that, but it does confuse my fingers for some reason. Sorry, Mike, I can't remember which exercise you were referring to. I was a bit late on the comment. Zahar says, and recommend to learn how to count while playing. Very true. Counting while playing is also a very useful thing to know. Could be hard at the beginning, but afterwards you will do it without really thinking. Yep, for sure, man. It's easier when you're playing 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. It's when you start playing syncopated lines. Oh, dude, that's when the real independence comes in. Have you ever tried to just play this and count at the same time? 1, 1, 1, 2. Oh, it's. Phew. I'm terrible at independence. I can do backing vocals, but only when it's that's it. I did practice you guys remember Treasure? Treasure. That is, yeah, well, I had to do backing vocals on that tune once. It took me like days to be able to sing the second voice and play the bass line at the same time. It's pretty hard. And it goes away really quickly if you don't practice it. So I never play syncopations while playing, just rely on feeling of groove. Well, dude, if you have it, that's good for you. I know some people can instinctively do that. They can instinctively separate the groove and sing. For some reason, I'm just a one-way. It's just a one-way system in my brain. I have to just not think. I have to learn how to do these two things as if they were one. I've never really practiced this kind of independence so much. I've always wanted to, but I don't know if I'd be able to do it on stream because it's just so boring. It's just there's so much repetition of it. It's literally just going treasure, 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 literally for half an hour. it's such a slow process for me that I would have to get at least a little bit good at it before I could turn this into a stream. Although it could be interesting as well. You know, actually document how difficult it is for somebody who's really not good at it. Could be some uplifting, although very repetitive content. Right, friends, I'm gonna go through the solo that I finished transcribing yesterday on stream. I should like to mention, not all of the solo, but I think in 3 days I transcribed the 3 choruses. So Now's the Time by Charlie Parker came out in the first half of the 20th century, just around the time World War II was happening. Danny Sapko said that to learn to sing while playing is to read the subtitles while playing. That is true, but you would have to. It depends what kind of bass line you're playing. You know, because Danny loves his. As far as I know, he loves his rock and sort of funky lines, but. Do you know what I mean? This is a pretty straightforward line. Let's just say I was to stay on this for a while. I still wouldn't be to read subtitles out loud and play that line at the right tempo. I would have to first break it down into like chunks. I think counting the beats on a syncopated line will help you feel where the beat is. At least that's my that would be my approach to it. I would count 1, 2, 3, 4 whilst I'm playing the line, and then I would count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 when I'm playing the line, and then 1 E and E2 and 2, you know what I mean? 1 E and E2 and E and blah blah blah. That thing haven't done in ages. Yeah. Maybe Thundercats learned that way. I can read in mind. Can I? Okay, just real quick, guys, and after that I'm gonna go and have some food. I can read. Oh, okay. You have to, but no. But that's the point. You have to produce the sound, because otherwise you could fool yourself into thinking you can do it. Whereas if you do it out loud, your ears can double check that you are actually on time or not. Because our brains are very good at tricking us into believing we're doing the right thing. Whoa. Social commentary there for Phil, or psychology. Guys, I'm not qualified for psychological help at all, or investment advice, but buy more vintage basses. Ah. Okay, that's one. Number two. Oh, still a bit too fast for me. Nope. How does this one go again? 60. Yeah. Nope. And then yeah, so I know the different lines in the solo, but I'm not able to sort of play it in a proper string. Reading and speaking use the same part of brain, so it's basically training for brain, but not for the voice. But if you can do it at the same time, you become hyper productive. What you say might be true, but at the end of the day, we're trying to sing at the same time, aren't we? Isn't that what we were trying to talk about? I think I started to talk about it. I may have. Oh, I forgot that there was this line in there. Okay, I think I kind of remember where it starts. Just a little bit later. Okay, I'll go through this. I'll go through this later in my own time, just to relax. Just to relax. Transcribing bebop lines, just to relax. This is the kind of bass line that we need to get at, guys. Come on, it's worth it. It's worth it. Not bebop in general. Just, I mean, you know, becoming better musicians. Therefore, listening to different lines and expanding our horizons. Gents, I'm going to call it a day today because I still have to do some work after this. Try and wrap up that job I've got so I can keep streaming without stressing out all day about this thing coming out. But once it's done, then I'm free to focus again on improving the stream. You gotta make money, right? At some point. Thank you very much for joining today, guys. Sorry again for cutting a bit short this week, and hopefully tomorrow the stream quality is normal. By which I mean there's no more buffering, no more frozen fill, no more frozen images, and better quality altogether. So fingers crossed. Maybe I'll do the speed test live on stream. Who knows? And we'll be disappointed all together as a team. Thank you all for joining today, my friends. I hopefully will see you all again tomorrow. If not, that's cool. Join in the Discord, link in the description below. And Obi, if you want some of these PDFs, I'd be happy to send that over to you, man, for some like scalable exercises that will 100% take you you'll be a cut above, bro. Trust me. Trust me. With just a little bit of discipline every day, makes a huge amount of difference. So, friends, looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Hopefully, for the first actual proper quality stream, we'll make it a big thing. If I manage to finish this job as well, that would be just party vibes. Maybe I'll open a bottle of champagne on stream. I'm not sure YouTube allows for that, but I'll pretend it's just apple juice or something like that. Well, I've just said it live now, so I guess I've just outed myself. We'll see. Episode 60 tomorrow, gents. So hopefully you can join me and we can have a grand old time. We'll just play loads of tunes. And hopefully I can make it like a proper 2.5, who knows, 3-hour long stream tomorrow. Tune in. In the meantime, guys, thank you very much for your attention today. I'll see you tomorrow. Toodles. And now to click on the thing.